Lawyers have read it. What was your gotcha moment in court? I've been a divorce attorney for over 20 years, but there's one case that still felt like something out of a TV show. I was representing a father in a brutal custody case during a messy divorce, with two young kids stuck in the middle and emotions running high on both sides. The mother had accused the father of horrific child abuse, the kind that makes your skin crawl, and the worst part was that the kids backed her up. Under oath, both children gave graphic and detailed depositions about things their dad had supposedly done, and when I read the transcripts, they were so vivid and believable that it was hard not to feel sick just reading them. It looked like a done deal. As much as it pained me to admit it later, I genuinely thought I was defending a monster. But then I noticed something. Right at the very end of one of the transcripts, there was a strange little question from one of the kids. Did I hit my marks? And that stopped me cold. Before becoming a lawyer, I had actually spent a few years in LA trying to make it as an actor. It never went anywhere, but I picked up the lingo, and that phrase, did I hit my marks, was acting terminology. It referred to whether you stood in the right spot for the camera or the stage. It wasn't something most adults even knew, let alone a kid in the middle of a custody hearing. Unless, of course, that kid had been around actors or had been coached. That's when I started digging. During discovery, I subpoenaed the mother's personal bank records. At first glance, nothing stood out, but then I noticed a series of payments to a name I didn't recognize. So I looked it up. It was an acting coach. That alone wasn't proof of anything. Maybe the kids were just in a drama program or school play. Could have been a coincidence, but something about it didn't sit right. So I pushed harder and requested a deposition with the coach. That's when everything fell apart. At first, the coach was calm and professional, saying the kids were sweet and imaginative, but as I kept pressing, the answers got vaguer and the coach got nervous. Eventually, under enough pressure, they cracked. The coach admitted they had been specifically hired by the mother, not to help the kids with theater, but to rehearse scripted depositions that made the father sound abusive. They were given sample questions and detailed answers to practice. They even trained to cry on cue, and then it got worse. The coach still had video evidence. During the deposition, they handed over DVDs. There were hours of footage showing the mother sitting with her kids, coaching them on what to say and how to say it. At one point, she even stops her son mid-sentence and says, No. Remember, he did it in the garage, not the bedroom. She praised them when they got the lines right, as if they were rehearsing for an actual role on TV. But in reality, it was to paint their father as a monster. It was devastating. I handed the footage over to the judge, and the trial didn't last much longer after that. The judge ruled in favor of the father and gave him full custody. The mother lost all parental rights and was told any future contact would be supervised, pending a criminal investigation. I still remember the judge's face while watching the first minute of that video. It was the only time I'd ever seen a courtroom go completely still. I've had a lot of wins in my career, but that one is the one that stuck.